Hi, welcome to the Culinary Institute of Canada. I'm Chef Stephen Hunter. Today we're going to braise some beautiful raised in PEI grass-fed beef ribs. We're going to season them with a little bit of salt and pepper. So what we've got is some kosher salt. A little bit of that on. And some fresh ground pepper. Now I would suggest searing this in batches. Your braising pan is what you want to use, a braising pan, nice large surface area, okay? Medium-high heat for this. And then when the ribs are in, we're going to season the backside. Now this should take about 5 to 7 minutes to sear, okay? Just have to be patient. You want a nice golden color. Take them out. You can just put them on a plate. You want to remove a little bit of the drippings. Next thing we're going to do is add our onions. We're going to turn down our heat a little bit. We're going to start sweating our mirepoix, okay, or our vegetables. Classic mirepoix is onion, celery, and carrot. 2 parts onion, 1 part celery, 1 part carrot. So we're going to start with that. And I like the flavor of parsnip in this, so I'm going to add a little parsnip as well. Once our vegetables have been slightly caramelized, we're going to add some garlic. Next thing we're going to do is add a little tomato paste. And we're going to add a little bit of molasses to help that caramelize as well. This is a little nod to the East Coast here. Once you add your molasses, you have to keep stirring it because you don't want to burn that sugar in the pan at all. Next thing we're going to do is add a little mushroom. I like a little mushroom in here. And now we're also going to add a little bit of ginger at this time. We're almost ready to deglaze this pan. We're going to use a nice red wine. That's 4 cups. When we add the wine deglazed, we're going to scrape all the stuck bits of meat on the bottom of the pot up into the sauce, okay? So what we're going to do here is reduce the wine down a little bit that we've put in the pan. This concentrates the flavor. Okay, next thing we're going to do is, while the wine's reducing in here, we're going to add some aromatics. I've got some thyme, a little bundle of thyme tied with some butcher twine here. I've tied it up because I want to remove that. We're going to add a couple of bay leaves. There's 3 of them in there. We're going to reduce our heat a little bit. We're going to take our nicely seared short ribs. Now at this point in time, you can crowd them in the pot because it's a long cooking process, moist heat cooking process, so they're going to be cooking in the stock and our sauce, our flavorful sauce. Now we're going to top it up with a little bit of beef stock. We've got a lovely beef stock here, made locally from the Boney Broth Company. Now, depending on the size of your pot, you don't want your meat totally submerged in the stock. That's kind of simmering meat, not braising it. You want it about halfway, a little over halfway up the side. We've added a little bit of molasses in there, and that's sweet. So we want to add a little bit of acidity in the form of red wine vinegar, just to balance the flavor of our sauce. Now at this time we're going to turn it back up, bring everything to a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, we're going to put a lid on it and put it in the oven. Okay, our beef's been in the oven for about 3 hours, our short ribs. Those look fantastic. We're going to check to make sure these are fully cooked. What you want to do is you just want to grab a bone, wiggle it around. If it easily pulls out, then it's ready to go. The vegetables have done their job. They've flavored the dish. We're just going to strain that out. You can use anything you like. Something with fairly small holes, preferably. We'll just take our strained out vegetables, put them over here. Now we're going to take our braising liquid and we're going to reduce it down a little bit. Okay, so medium-high heat again. What we are going to do is we're going to thicken it slightly, 50-50 cornstarch and water. It's fantastic. It looks wonderful. We've got a nice shallow bowl here, which is what I like to plate braises in because it holds the sauce down in the bottom. So we're just gonna portion that, just gonna leave a rib bone in there. So first thing we're gonna do, we've got some fingerling potatoes here. Fingerlings are one of my favorites because the texture is beautiful for roasting. We're gonna add some vegetables. We've got some nice heirloom carrots, some asparagus. So I'm just gonna place that in right like that. That looks wonderful. Oh, look at the color of that sauce. Now we use thyme as the aromatic herb to flavor the dish. So we're gonna garnish with a little sprig of thyme in here as well. And there we have it, long, slow, braised Highland short rib.